Hey Fly Tyers, welcome back. I'm Matt, and thank you for stopping by the channel. Now, I told you last week that in between tying videos, I'm going to start reviewing some books. Now, we did Dave Hughes' Essential Trout Flies last week. Check that out if you're interested, a great book. But today, I'm going to be talking about another Fly Tying for Beginners book. This one is actually called Fly Tying for Beginners by Peter Gathercole. So, a little bit about this book. It was published in 2005, 256 pages, all kinds of color pictures, and it's got 50 different flies, recipes, and instructions on how to tie them. So is it a how-to book or a pattern index? It's primarily a how-to book. It's got some of the core techniques in the beginning. I'll talk about that in just a second. And some very detailed instructions on the 50 flies. Now, onto the format. What all is in this book? Okay, after the introduction, you've got 2 pages on the tools, and then 4 pages on the materials. So not a whole lot here. We'll talk about that in a second, but what I really like about the book, the next 32 pages are some of your core techniques. So I'll scroll through some of these core techniques that Peter talks about here in just a second, but I'll mention some too. Securing the thread, how to put dubbing on, how to do a collar hackle, and then some fairly advanced techniques like a parachute hackle and then spinning deer hair. So he's got most everything a new fly tyer would need to learn in the core techniques. And then after all the core techniques, he goes into the 50 flies. So you've got 50 pretty cool flies here, and the next 200 pages is the instructions on how to tie them. So for example, the Silver Invicta here, it's got the recipe, a little bit about it, a little bit about the materials, and then step-by-step instructions for the next 2 pages on how to tie this. And he's got that for all 50 flies in here. So it's really some pretty good instructions, pretty good step-by-step on how to tie each of the patterns in here. So okay, that's about it. Do I recommend this book? Yeah, absolutely. I'm doing a review on it. I'm going to recommend it. The pros of it are that it's also spiral bound. I don't know if you could tell. It will lay flat on your bench. It's got great color pictures and very precise, detailed instructions. Now really the only con that comes to mind is there's only 2 pages talking about tools and then 4 pages talking about materials. So it's not an in-depth primer on tools and materials, but within each fly pattern, it does go a little bit more in detail on some of the materials, so it's not bad at all. That's not a big con. Okay, now for the fun part. As I've said several times on this channel before, the primary mission of this channel is to get as many people interested in fly tying as possible. So I'd like to give away 5 copies of this book to some of the subscribers, maybe some new tyers, maybe even intermediate level tyers who don't have a copy of this book. Now, I'm not going to make a big deal out of this giveaway. It is Sunday, October 25th, 2020. If you're watching this video today, when I'm releasing it, and you are interested in this, then click the link in the description. It'll take you to the website and tell you how to enter. Now, if I only get 5 people that tell me they'd like a copy of this book, then all 5 of them will get it. If we get maybe 10 people, then I'll have to do some kind of drawing. So that's it. I'm only going to keep this open for today, about 10 o'clock tonight, 10 o'clock Eastern time. I will, stop it and then see how many folks we have. And then if there are more than 5, I'll just randomly pick 5 and then let you know that I'll be sending you this book. So I just want to say thanks again for all of you out there who support the channel and the community, Dave and Mike, who comment on every video. I love it. I appreciate it. And yeah, I just want to give back a little bit to the folks who are helping support me and the community. So that's it, folks. Take care. We'll see you next time.